Hello and welcome to another amazing Wellness Wednesday. I am super honored to be your host tonight. My name is Adrianne Ruiz, and I have been a part of the World of Three since the beginning, since it started May 22nd. And I am thrilled to have said yes. I mean, truly, for anyone watching tonight right now, that this is your first exposure to what we're doing here in the World of Three. I am so excited for you to be on. You're in for a treat. We have incredible wellness products. We consider ourselves the global leader in bioavailable wellness products. And we launched in 14 countries on day one. And I really appreciate that we're global. And wherever you're at, you might have friends in other countries that will be able to experience the wealth that our products bring people. And I say wealth because the reason is I feel like you can have all the money in the world, all the time in the world, but if you don't have your health, are you really wealthy? Right. And the reason that is we need to have better food in our environment. We need to be able to supplement our bodies better. And this company has developed 6 key products for wellness that truly will change the game for you. And I'm not going to be the only one sharing with you why we're so excited about the products tonight. I have a really incredible special guest speaker. Her name is Karie Zipper out of Virginia. And she is a board certified nutritionist. And I am just honestly like, I feel like we're attracting the best of the best in this business, you guys. It's one of those things where, you have to kind of like exude, I suppose, quality over quantity, and we're pulling that in. We're pulling these types of people in. So Carrie is the owner of Wellness First. She's been a CCN for 18 years. She specializes in integrative whole body nutrition, focusing on root causes of her clients' problems. She works with autoimmune diseases, weight loss, food sensitivities, and more. And her motto is that she only uses the best of the best products. And right, they have to always be clean and researched. So I cannot wait to introduce you to Carrie. Carrie, are you there? There she is.
Hello.
Hi, how
Thank
are you doing?
you. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. I'm so happy to have you on. Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
So Carrie, I mean, 18 years, you have a passion for wellness. You have a passion for helping others. You don't just dive into this and do 18 years if you don't really want to love on some people and help them be happier and healthier. Will you share with us what made you decide? Because you look like you're 18. So what made you decide from a really young age that you wanted to be a board certified nutritionist?
So, interestingly enough, I do have a degree from college in health and exercise sciences. And from there, I kind of thought I was going to do physical therapy. The world got saturated of the market for physical therapy, I should say, at that time. And I knew after working in it for 3 years, I didn't know if my heart was in it. And that came to what was I going to do, right? So I was working in gyms, I was doing the personal training, I was doing all that stuff, working in corporate fitness, kind of getting my feet wet in certain things. But I was chronically ill. I had been sick for 8 years since I was 18 and couldn't find anyone to help me. I was going to different doctors all the time, getting all these scans done, CAT scans, MRIs, this thing, that thing. I mean, nothing, no answers. And so I ended up having a job interview to sell professional line of supplements to doctors, nutritionists, pharmacists in the DC surrounding area. And I was sick in bed that day, and I went in for the interview because they said, you have to come today. The doctor's flying out of the country. And I was like, okay. So I got out of bed and I threw on like the ugliest outfit ever. And I went and I had an interview. And I think he felt bad for me because I was so sick and he knew his stuff could help change me. And it was delayed allergy testing. I ended up being sensitive to all these things that I was consistently putting in my body, and I didn't know it. And that was awesome to be able to get that done, first of all, for free, but then be able to talk about it and work with other doctors, nutritionists, pharmacists about it. And he also had a supplement line as well. So I was learning and training in supplements and learning the allergy side of everything and then selling it. And I would go to the CCN conferences and I'd sit there at a booth, but during some of the lectures, I'd go in and I was floored by the information. I was like, this is where I want to be. And I had some CCNs working in the company with me, so I kind of already had a little push that way, but I was like, this is what I want to do. This is the alternative route that I didn't know was how to do it, right? And I started doing that, and just kind of was like, I'm going to do this with kids. I'm going to go into doctor's offices that I, was working with before. They always said, oh, I need nutrition help. We need nutrition help. Right. And so I'd go in and, work with them on the other side first. And then when I became a CCN, I was like, wait, I got pregnant right away and I didn't have time to like go in and do all that stuff. So I was like, I'm just going to start my own business. So I started my own business and decided from there I would contract with some doctors and do things like that. But I wasn't going to be, full-time employee in one's office because I was going to have my kids. And so that's kind of how I started with it all. It saved me. I've learned so much. I've worked with amazing doctors across, the whole country, basically from different conferences that I've met in functional medicine and those that were starting to get into functional medicine back in the day too.
Wow, Carrie. How many kids do you have then?
I have 2 girls. They're 3 years apart.
Oh, that's so fun. So that must be really nice. I mean, what a great transition for you to be able to come home and build your business, from your home. I mean, that's got to be real nice, right?
Yes, it was awesome.
You're like, it was the best. It was so great. So I love
I was
that
pregnant on my first. I was traveling to people's offices and like doing all their measurements and seeing them. And I'm like, I'm supposed to be on bed rest, but don't tell anyone I'm here because I need to finish this out.
I love that. Yeah, I totally get that. Oh my goodness.
Passion for helping people, right? It's like, nope, I got to finish.
Yeah. It's hard to stay down on bed rest. I take it from, so I get it. I know. I was one of those people that was like trying to clean my whole house and I'm like supposed to be down, but I think we're just goers. And I totally get that too. Like, when you're doing the personal training and everything else, and there's always that added layer, like, how do I go to the next level? It's not just always physical exercises. It comes down to nutrition every single time, hands down. So, I mean, it's like a natural transition, but I love that you took it to that next level, even with having a busy family and, creating a family during this time. So that's amazing. So, oh my goodness. Okay. So what got you excited about 3, Carrie?
Well, so I was asked about looking at the products back in May. It was right as the company was about to launch. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll take a look. I'll take a look. And kind of swept it off a little bit too, because I was like, I'm busy. And then I have, as a professional, I have resources, right? I have supplements I've already been recommending and using in my practice and professional lines. And I was like, okay, well, what's different? What's different about these? And so that's where I really was like watching Wellness Wednesdays and learning some of the background stuff. And then I decided to really understand that this is different. The company is different. The research and knowing that the absorption rate of these products was there. I was like, whoa, okay, wait, how many other products have I been recommending that don't have that? Like, yes, some of them can be third-party tested, and I do love that about 3 as well. But absorption, I have no idea. And that was a big thing for me because I'm like, I'm constantly recommending. I'm like, I have no idea. Now I'm going to know that these are being absorbed for my people. And I'm going to not have them have like a single solitary thing all the time. So they have, 20 supplements, right? That now they can narrow it down and have these 6 amazing products and have the absorption. And now, since I joined the company at the end of May, we have the new epigenetic study, which is amazing. And that in itself has like blown my mind because now there's proof in the pudding right there with all the genes that were tested that we can be able to reduce, inflammation and help with brain support and do this with the mitochondria and do that with energy and all these things that we were testing. That to me is like, wow, every healthcare person out there, no matter if you're functional or not, should know about this because a lot of providers are telling their patients, unfortunately, like, go get a vitamin D. You need calcium. But there's so much more to going and picking that up on the shelf. Those, not to be mean, but we call those floor sweepings. We don't know what those forms are, and sometimes they're not what the body needs, right? So you need to know what your body needs. And now with 3, with the absorption and the epigenetics, I'm like, oh my gosh, the whole package just came together for me. And I'm so excited to share that with others and get more of my clients on everything.
Yeah. Well, it's true. Like there's this many supplements in the world, right? Which ones actually make a difference in our health? Like which ones are we actually absorbing? When I first heard too, and I could totally geek out about this with you all night, but like 11 different cellular delivery modalities, 11. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, to me, I was like, that's huge. What do you mean 11? Like, that means somebody's really going to feel something. Like, they're going to feel better quicker, sooner. And I'm sure you've noticed that with your clients as well when they jump on the products. The other thing you had mentioned was the simplicity of the line, that these aren't just single ingredient nutrients or formulations. They're not just one thing, right? They're cofactors. They have cofactors that all work together. That's something I totally get excited about too, because you might not need a cupboard full of 50, 60 different singular nutrients if you're getting them together the way they're supposed to be together. So I don't know if that's
exactly.
what you
and
saw
I
too.
didn't start off with all 6. I started with the collagen, which is our collagen. And I started with Revive because I've had a hamstring pull for years. And every time I run, it's tweaking and tweaking and tweaking. And I'm off. I can tell my hip, I'm not helping myself out. And I do Orange Theory Fitness and we do all outs on the treadmill. And man, I'm competitive. I am going to all out that person next to me. And sometimes I'm like, come on, hamstring. So in 3 days of taking the collagen and Revive, and I was only doing Revive 1 a day because I was like, oh, I don't want to waste it. I was feeling amazing. My hamstring felt so much better. And I was like, okay, now I'm going to start diving into more of the products. And now I am using all of them. But I did only start with those. And they were amazing.
Well, that's important to hear because I think that, like I just was talking to a nutritionist the other day and same thing. It was like, okay, let me just take a look at one thing before I get excited about everything. And I actually appreciate that when you say that because it lets me know that you're going to do your due diligence. Like if I send you an epigenetic study, you're going to be the person to read it and be like, okay, let's dive into this epigenetics or this absorption study, all that kind of stuff. So it's refreshing to hear, in other words, that you're not just like, you're diving in, but you're doing your due diligence, I think is important. So I have to ask you, because we're kind of like skirting around this, but how did you start incorporating 3 products into your office and which products did you start with at first? Was it the collagen?
For the most part, I was like collagen because I feel like for me, that's what is out there marketing everywhere. I mean, every corner in a store has collagen. Costco has collagen. I hear everyone talking about collagen. It's the buzzword, right? And then I was looking at how some companies' powder has something bad in it, and this has something, and what really is the best, right? And so that's why I wanted to start with that because I thought if I start with it and I like it and I try it, then that's going to be an easier way to start rolling people. I think they're going to notice the difference. And I love that we only have to take it 10 days on in the month and 20 off so that our body can start to make its own collagen. And some of my clientele are like, well, I love it. Why can't I just take it for the whole time? I'm like, well, if you really want to, you can, but this is the point behind it, is that your body can start to make its own and then you don't need to. And that's why the box comes with a 10 in there versus 30. So you don't have to worry about counting out 10, you know what I mean? It's ready for you for that month. But yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do. And I'm also, what I do right now is I look at people's supplements, even if they're not clients, that could be just a friend. And I'm like, what are you taking? And where is it from? And let me look at the label. And then I'm like, okay, well, here's what we can do. I can give you these 3 things, and that knocks out 6 of those. And you're going to know right now that these are being absorbed. Okay. Because I can send you the study on that. And then now we have the genetic study. So I'm going to send you that and show you what it's doing, because you talk about, you have, pain here, you have discomfort there, you want to get rid of, joint lubrication you need or whatever. I mean, I ask a lot of times because, I don't diagnose. I'm like, what did the doctor recommend this for? Or why are you taking this? Did you read about it? What is behind why you're taking that supplement? And then from there, I can backtrack it now, you know what I mean? And then I can help them to get on the 3 products so that they are actually in the long run saving money, right? And they're taking less things and hopefully they feel better right away versus taking this stuff for months and months and months and be like, I don't know if it's working, I don't feel different. So,
yeah. So do you feel like your clients were getting pretty results pretty quickly by, being able to reduce, like you saying, okay, you don't need all that, but you can just use this. Did you feel like they were getting?
Yes, definitely. A lot of women too, I can feel like they feel more clear on, I'm going to say Vitalite, taking that, which is our multivitamin, that just kind of takes everything good, organic whole fruits and vegetables, ground up with the delivery system with the probiotics, the digestive enzymes, and then the little fish oil in there. Everyone's like, wait, that too? I'm like, that too? Pop it all in. It's super easy, you know, little packets, carry them around, put them in your purse, whatever you need to do, take it any time of day, doesn't hurt your stomach. You know, so I always try to recommend starting them earlier in the day just to make sure, you know, if they get energy, they're not like, whoa, can't sleep. Yes. But some people like myself can take things late at night and I can just go to bed. Like I can have caffeine and I'm go to sleep. But, you know, some people can be affected by the B vitamins, right? They're going to give them, you know, that. But I love that there's nothing synthetic. There's nothing hiding in there. There's nothing gross processed. It's literally the organic whole ground up fruits and vegetables. And then will be toxic to anybody, which some of these things out there, you don't know, right? If they're not water soluble forms and they're fat soluble forms, they can become toxic in the body.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. You're hitting every like button for me. Like you're getting me really excited. I want to sign up again if I could, because yeah, you're hitting all those markers. Like some people don't realize that there are certain things that are water soluble versus not. I mean, everything that's been pieced together by Dr. Dan, I just feel like is phenomenal. Like he's got like the Midas touch or something when it comes to like really putting all this together. You know, his PhD's in organic chemistry. So it's really beautiful that he's able to come in and he knows without a doubt, like this is going to go better with that. Like, you know, that the Eternel, for example, you know, it's got those 10 superfruits, everything else. It's a product that, you know, is helps with, you know, anti-aging. But what I like about it is it also has some heart healthy factors in there, like the CoQ10 and then, you know, the collagen and like the smidgen of that. Everything else is. How do you feel about Eternal? Is that one of your favorites too? Do you like it?
It's becoming one of my favorites now. Like I can't go without it. Before I was like, I'll just do it every other day, you know. And I love the glutathione in there too, because that's a great antioxidant, great for your liver as well. But I really do feel a difference in it. I mean, the epigenetic study showed so much reduction in inflammation too, that I'm like, guys, to people that are like, especially like my parents, I'm like, you need to be on this, you know, like, let's do it. So, I'm like, you know, don't put a price tag on your wellness, right? And your health, because people always want it. This is why my business is actually called Wellness First, is because I didn't want to have the word health in there because people see and hear health and I feel like they think insurance, right? And so we want to be able to go outside the box and open our eyes and ears and learn, you know, that there's a lot more than what's traditional.
Yeah. And do you feel like 3 is a little outside of the box in a good way? Yeah. She's all yes.
And I love that it's, you know, easy. It's easy to purchase and get and follow through. And, you know, there's no, especially with the 2 packets, you know, we can rip off and they're liquid and the little sachet. I mean, and they're little cute bottles that come with everything, you know, so easy.
I know. I love the packaging too. I feel like it's just like sleek. It's just really cool. I love it. Okay. So I have one more quick question for you.
Okay.
Where do you see yourself kind of going with 3? Like, where do you see yourself moving through? I mean, we just got started. It's only been like, what, 6.5-ish months, you know, I know you just recently come back from the convention too. Yeah. So like, where do you kind of see yourself moving forward with 3?
Well, I'm really fired up with all the studies and I can't wait to see what else is coming down the pipeline. But, for me, it's not only working with my current clients, like I said, it's talking to friends about what they're taking right now, because I always have been a helper. I'm an educator. That's kind of my role. And if people don't want to take the advice, that's fine. But I like to educate on what I know. And supplements is my background, you know, for a lot of what I've been doing for 18 years, actually 21 years is supplements. Like I had to learn a lot about them to be able to sell them, right? So for me to go into a new product line and now it's like, you know, and I know now learning all the backgrounds and getting all the stuff from Dr. Dan, which is amazing. I want to be able to take that to the level of getting more wellness practitioners or doctors, pharmacists, if they want to learn about it and put it in their practice, because why keep recommending a generic item that you don't know is working when you could easily just be using the 3 line for them and putting them on those products. So that's my next goal. And I've invited some people tonight too, but I've been working on a list to go out and venture out to here in Northern Virginia.
No, I really appreciate you saying that, because, you know, it's exciting for somebody who's like, you're a professional. This is your career path. This is your job. This is something you're very passionate about. You wouldn't, you know, like I said, have been doing it for 18 years if you had it. And you do have the heart of service. Like you absolutely do. and you want to pay it forward. But one thing I just heard you say to me is that you're sharing this with other practitioners, you're sharing this with other health professionals because you see so much value in it. You're wanting to pay that forward too. I mean, that's a beautiful thing to be able to come out and say, look at what I found. I'm very excited about this. Take a look for me. If it's for you, great. If it's not, that's okay. But I just want to share what I have. And I really appreciate that. I feel like it's just like, it's one of those things where you get excited and it really is that simple to go out and say, hey, look what I found, So, and these products work.
To me, it's important.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we have some nice testimonials on tonight. We've got 3 guests with us tonight. They're going to share their story on the products. And this is probably one of my favorite parts of Wellness Wednesday, as we get to hear the stories. We get to hear real people with real results. And so we are going to head down to Tyra Goodrich in Florida. Tyra, are you there?
Hi, Adrianne. Thank you. Thank you, Carrie, for your beautiful words. But yes, my name is Tyra, and do you want me to get started? I wanted to share.
I just want to hear your story.
I wanted to share about my experience with Vitality. So I am someone who has experienced chronic fatigue. I always thought my choices in supplements were savvy. My food, intake was above average, and my sleep was okay. My blood work was always okay, but I was just always tired and clawing and yawning and could not muster up the energy to get through my days. And so with that, and especially around the 4 o'clock hour, where I feel like I just hit a brick wall every single day at that time. And I know that my lack of energy could be, seen physically with just the way I might hold myself, that day, the looks on my faces. And I know I felt it mentally, and the people around me, my loved ones, would feel the same thing. If I'm not feeling my best, I'm not able to give my best, and it affects everybody. So fast forward like 7-8 days later, and I just feel like a whole new person. Even like a few days in, after taking Vitality, I thought like, could it be, but I was like, let me just keep taking it. And like 7-8 days later, now I can wholeheartedly say, like, I just feel brand new. Like, I have boundless energy all day. I'm not yawning through my days. I'm mentally sharper. I can physically not only do what I was doing before, but way more. I can accomplish way more in my days. Like, there's no more 3-4 o'clock dead zone. I'm up, I'm going, I'm motivated. I look at the time and I'm like, oh, it's already 6 o'clock. Like, how did it get so late? And I feel like it's 10 o'clock in the morning, like, with comparison to how I felt before taking the Vitality. So I just can't believe how well my body has responded to it. And I am so grateful for that. And above all, I think that it's really awarded me the confidence to go out there and really share the power of 3 and the product. I have myself to go off, and, I'm just that much more confident going out there and saying, hey, look, listen, like, take a listen, put your eyes on the product. I've really stumbled across something amazing. So Vitality has been amazing, and I'm starting my collagen tonight. And I do take some other products too, and I'm feeling great. But the Vitality has really just turned my life around. Like, I just can't speak highly enough of it. It's been amazing.
Tyra, so I have to tell you, because I know that you're pretty new. I mean, like you guys, she said, I've been like 7 days on the Vitality, and she already feels like $1 million. So when you first looked at that little packet of pills, were you like, is this going to work?
Yeah, I mean, I was, of course. And, I'm like, oh, okay, let me take the 4 pills and this fish oil, and I'll see what happens. And, and like I said, I've taken lots of other supposedly great products out there, but still was like, I'm not feeling the energy. I'm not feeling what they say I'm supposed to feel. Why? Like, why? And this has just been a game changer. I mean, literally 3 days later, and I'm questioning that little packet. Like, is it like, could it be this? And I'm like, let me keep going. And it's just, it is. I mean, it's like 8 days in, and even my mom, who's, 76 years old, and, she even said to me, because I've brought her onto it, like, this really gives me more energy. And I was like, I know, like, I feel it too. So that was really, really nice to hear. So if it can work for somebody like me and her, I mean, I'm in.
Tyra, thank you so much for sharing that with us. I really appreciate it. Yes. And Carrie, what do you think about that?
That's amazing. Awesome. And in that short of time, I love it. Love it. Love it. I actually just switched my whole family onto it because my 18-year-old, yes, 18. I hate to say that. I'm like, gosh. She couldn't swallow pills. And I'm like, you're going to college. You got to learn to swallow pills. Please try this. All summer long, I kept putting the packet in front of her. I'm like, just do fish oil. Serve, just do one. Like, so I sent her to school with Immune. And literally, and that's another free product, by the way. We didn't talk about that one yet. And I said, fine, open it up and put it in applesauce. If that's what you got to do, you got to do it. Well, she called me one day and she was like, guess what? I swallowed the Immune. I said, well, then take the Vitality. The Immune's bigger. I was like, get on it. And they're like, so then my little one was like, what? And I'm like, you do it too. So now my husband's reflux went away in 10 days from being on Vitality as well. And he's been suffering for over 10 years with reflux. So that is a staple in our house now. And it's all the amazing organic whole food nutrition in there because our diets are depleted. We cannot get all that in what we eat. And so you could eat a million organic fruits and vegetables all day long, but you're not going to get that nutrition that's in those little pills. I promise you, because it is so clean and so good for you. Even though our organic food is supposed to be, it's not even. So where we're growing our stuff in Thailand and doing the research on the soil and how clean it is and everything that we're using, that product is amazing. And that's awesome, Tyra, that you had that response so quickly.
So good. Oh my goodness, I love it. Okay, so now we have our next testimonial from Utah, Miss Janet Norton. Janet, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Good. Well, thank you for being on with Carrie and I tonight. We can't wait to hear how you're enjoying the products.
I am loving the products. And right now I'm using most of them. But before I started on them, I have been having a real problem with inflammation and pain in my joints, and just couldn't wait to retire. And like Tyra's mother, I am 76. So yes, you run down when you get older and you just don't have the energy that you used to. And nor did I have the endurance either. Anyway, my friend Irene called me, and Irene, and I hadn't heard from her for a while. And she said, I have this amazing product I think you ought to try. And I thought, oh, here we go, another one, And I started with the Vitality and the collagen. And I'm telling you, it just made this huge difference. I felt better. I just had more desire to get up and do things and move, which was so painful before, and that has subsided to a great degree. And we have a little community up here where we do what we call Swiss days once a year. And a year ago, I couldn't even get up the hill of my street to where they had the annual event. And I just couldn't. It was too painful, and I couldn't breathe by the time I'd get to the top of the hill. So I stopped going. And I started on these products, and this year when I went, and it always happens the first week of September, I got up the hill just fine. And I was able to move. And I thought, I can actually enjoy this. Now, am I totally pain free? Not exactly, but I am so much more mobile than I was, that it's just been amazing. And I have to thank Irene for introducing me to that. I retired 6 years ago, and I have more energy now than when I was trying to get through those last 5 years of work. And I just am so pleased that I can do that. My granddaughter got married the first week of September, and I was able to go to the wedding and to the reception and just enjoy the whole day. And I really couldn't have done that with how I felt a year ago. And well, it's just like night and day in so many ways. And I have a couple of kids that have some health issues, and I asked them to take the Vitality, and that has helped them. They have really enjoyed the benefits of it. And I'd say if you start out with anything, that alone would be best.
Janet, that is so amazing, like super heartfelt. Honestly, I got the chills when you talked about being able to attend Swiss days, which I'm very familiar with. I love Swiss days and up there in Utah. You know, I was in Utah for 28 years before Austin, and I just love it. But you're absolutely right. And one thing too I've noticed is like when the weather changes, that can also cause some joint issues, things like that too. So I'm so happy that you've found some relief with the products, especially the Vitality. I mean, what a beautiful way just to, share with others and just say, hey, like I love the way that I feel. I love that you're sharing it with your family and your children too. And, I think that's the biggest thing. Like, certainly there's always going to be, things that happen. And it's just a beautiful way to come out and just be like, look, just try this one little packet, just try this one little thing, and it makes such a big difference in your life. I love Irene, by the way. I'm so glad that she shared with you, you guys are two peas in a pod. I just love it. She's so fun. So much fun, you guys.
She is full of energy, and it must be these products that keep her going.
I think it is. Yeah. So Carrie, what do you think about that?
That's amazing, Janet. Congratulations. I'm proud of you for being able to do that so quickly and all the energy you're having now after retirement 6 years later. That's awesome. Too bad we didn't launch earlier, right?
Right. It would have been very helpful.
Yeah. No, but think about where you're going now. This is, I mean, it's only going to get better, right? Hopefully you're getting inflammation, you're getting good nutrition, all those organic whole foods and vegetables in there. Your omegas help with your joints and inflammation as well. You're doing the collagen, which is amazing. It's got the hyaluronic acid in there that's helping with the joints probably as well. And not to mention it helps with hair, skin, and nails, which I can tell you my nails have been so long I have to keep clipping them.
Yes, mine have improved.
Are you feeling that too with your nails?
Yes, I am. Very much.
Yeah. That's awesome. Congratulations. Wonderful. Yeah, definitely getting all the good stuff in you. I'm excited if you try something new. We've got a couple more out there.
Well, I think I've tried all of them.
Okay.
And I much as I'd like to get all of them right now, I am selecting the top 3 right now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Which has really helped me, but it's been very, very good.
I love it.
And I can't wait to, to share it with people and let them know there's a way to feel better.
Oh, yeah.
There really is.
I just got my parents finally. It's taken a process, but they just started on Monday. So they're traveling down here from the Northeast and visiting this weekend. So I'll be making sure to make sure they're taking them, but also be questioning them.
Well, if they're older like me, it'll be very good for them.
Yeah, they're very active. They're older. They still ski, they hike, they bike, they swim. I mean, they don't stop.
Well,
kayak, canoeing, all things. But I'm like, guys, and my mom just constantly has hip problems and she was in physical therapy and all this. And I'm like, why are you not doing the Revive? Oh, I was holding on to it. Like, just take it. Like, that's what it's there for. It's not
Use
for an
it.
emergency. It's get it in your system, be taking it. So she started taking it, and then hers arrived, her new one. So now she's on it. So I'm like,
That's good. That's
yeah.
great.
So they're on it. I will be able to report back on another, hopefully, Wellness Wednesday down the road and let you know how that goes for them. But I'm super excited to get them, on a regimen again. And they're one of those people that would listen to me for everything. And you open the pantry and everything's still in there. And I'm like, these are all expired.
Like, open it up, open it and take it.
So I'm hoping now with the 3 products, they're going to feel the difference right away and they'll continue using them because they're being absorbed in the body. And I sent them the epigenetic study as well, so they could see all the research.
Wow, well, wonderful. Well, Janet, thank you so much for sharing that with us. We really appreciate it. I mean, that was a lot of fun to just hear how the products are helping you. And also, it got Carrie and I excited, like, okay,
I'm like,
who else do we need to share this with? So thank you so much.
You're
Okay,
welcome.
thank you. Next, we are going to move to Virginia with Miss Tasha Nunez. Tasha, are you there?
I am. How are you guys?
We're so good.
Awesome. These have been great testimonials. I don't even know like where to go.
Oh, well, we would love to hear how you've been enjoying the 3 products.
So I love all of them, of course. And I do utilize all of them, but my story tonight, I'm gonna center around collagen and revive. So I'll start with the collagen. So I haven't been able to grow, I have 4 kids, and since my first pregnancy, I haven't been able to grow my hair past my chin. It wouldn't grow. I am much further past my chin now, and I went yesterday to my hairstylist, and she's like, "When was the last time you were here?" And I was like, 6 weeks ago. She's like, "There's no way. There's no way all this growth has happened in 6 weeks," because you can see my gray hairs and my roots. And I was like, "I promise." And so I was like, "I'm telling you, it's the collagen. Like, it is amazing." Same with my nails. These are my natural nails. Like, it's just absolutely amazing. And when she said that, it really did trigger into my head. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like, yes, I see it in my skin and I feel it, but my hair is growing again, finally. So I was really excited about that. And I wanted to share it because she noticed it. And, that's her profession is to notice hair and to take care of people's hair. And she went, and she still didn't believe me. She went back and looked in the books, and sure enough, it was 6 weeks. So that was fun. And then the next one is the revive. So I play soccer. I'm an avid soccer player. And I tweaked or did something to my knee this week on Monday night. Couldn't walk up my stairs. Had to one leg it up the stairs. It was very inflamed. I took 3 revive before going to bed. I woke up the next morning. It was sore, but I was able to bend and walk up and down the stairs. Yeah, I was able, I was really scared I was going to have to go see a surgeon or something. Like, I was scared of what was going to happen when I woke up because of how inflamed it was. So the fact that I was able to do that, it was a little sore, a little stiff, but outside of that, it wasn't inflamed and I was able to do it. And I ended up coaching last night. I also coach ice hockey. And I didn't think until after I was bending, because I'm coaching on the bench. I'm bending down to talk to the kids, and then standing up after. I was like, I was just bending and standing this whole hour and a half talking to kids. My knee isn't hurting. And I mean, yeah. So I wanted to share that tonight with you guys because I'm just blown away by that. And I did, I took midday some revive because I always do midday. So, but again, last night when I was like, I just was bending, and the night before I couldn't even walk up the stairs. And I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah, Revive is such a powerful product, but that is phenomenal. I can't believe after that knee injury in soccer, you went and coached ice hockey all day with your kids and you're bending up and down. That's serious. I mean, that's pretty amazing. I don't know, Carrie, what do you think about that?
That's pretty amazing. Love it. congratulations on the hair growth too. That's
Thank you.
yay, right? Like, I feel like all these women, when they start to have some thyroid issues and go through hormones, they're like, my hair, my hair, my hair, my hair, right? And that's why I feel like collagen's a big buzzword right now too, because everyone's looking for what's going to work. And some of them aren't working. People are like, they're not working. I'm like, because you got to try ours now. We have one that's this, and it's, got all these great things in it for all the things too, hair, skin, and nails, and why they're marine and why there's only 5 grams in there, because that's the maximum absorbed at one time in the body. And so you don't need more than that, right? So Dr. Dan's on it. He knows it. It's in there. It's amazing. And it's awesome to see the growth and all that. And I'm sure that could have helped a little bit with your knee. The Revive, oh my gosh, everyone says, oh, I take turmeric. I'm good. I take turmeric. I'm like, well, first of all, it needs to be black pepper to be absorbed. And even when it's with black pepper, it might not even be totally being absorbed, because it's hard to get curcumin turmeric to be absorbed in the body. And so Dr. Dan developed it into a technology with one of his cool technologies, liposomal and whatever, because some of them we don't know, they're being patented. That is really going right into the cell and being delivered at the site, right? So you're going to reduce inflammation right away. It's not a guessing game like, hey, I'm just going to keep popping turmeric all day and see if it works for me. I was taking it for years with black pepper and it really wasn't working, so I know it's working now. I feel the same thing. I actually, in my competitive mode yesterday in Orange Theory, was running fast and felt my tweak in my hamstring. And I'm like, oh, Lord, have mercy. And I got home last night, and I'm like, kind of like, oh no, I've been sitting too long. And now I took the Revive, I did the Eternal, and because that's good for inflammation as well. And I did the collagen. And today woke up, I'm like a little sore, did a little Revive, and I was able to do a workout at 3:00 today. So, and weights, like squats, weights, all the things. I wasn't just like trying to run on it. I was doing a lot of other things. So I can hear you. It's awesome. Like, amazing.
Yeah, so good. Oh my gosh, Tasha, thank you so much for sharing that. We really appreciate it. Obviously, you got Carrie and I fired up again. All the testimonials got us fired up tonight.
And I used to play soccer, Tasha.
Oh, did you? Yeah. Oh, that's so great. Yeah, I think like we have to take care of our bodies. Like there's, last I checked, this is the only one we get, right? So we have to take care of our bodies, and what better way than to use, incredible products like 3 International's products, guaranteeing better absorption, being able to have, hopefully results a little bit faster than the average supplement that's out there. I know that's what was shared with you guys tonight. So we're just so happy that you guys were able to pop on. I know, Carrie and I, we feel the same way that, you need to do your own research. So those of you guys who are on here, all of you listening in, make sure you get back to the person that invited you onto this call tonight and say, hey, I'm dealing with this, or I've got this going on, or I related to Tyra's story or Janet's story or Tasha's story or Carrie's story, and I've got some questions. We would love to send you guys additional information. Our whole purpose, and this is, I say this all the time, I just want people to be happier and healthier. That's it. At the end of the day, that's really my main goal. Happier, healthier people, right? When you're a little bit healthier, you're a little bit happier. And I know it sounds cheesy, but it's so true. So there's lots of things that's, that are out there that you guys can try or have tried, but it's worth diving into what we have here at the World of 3 and asking for somebody to send you over a quick link or a PDF so you guys can dive into more about the products, the nutritional facts, everything like that. So make sure you guys do that. And we're here to educate. And of course, you guys decide and we get to support those decisions. So it's a beautiful thing. We get to be of service. Carrie, any last words?
It was awesome. I appreciate you inviting me on this call tonight. I was a little bit nervous at first, but it was great. I was so excited to share my story a little bit too. And I'm so passionate about wellness and health, and, functional nutrition just kind of falls in there as a funnel for me. But, really I'm all about, I'm like, wait, what you need this? And it's a joke. People always say Carrie has a pill for that. Every time I'm out, someone will be like, Carrie's a pill for that. I'm like, oh, I probably do. And so I'm known for the person that is going to use an alternative approach and use the supplements. And now I have all my 3 ones, and I seriously have them in my purse with me, and I'm sharing them all the time.
Yeah, my kids do that too. They're like, what is that? I'm like, of course I have a pouch of Eternal or collagen or something. So I'm going to feel so good. Well, Carrie, you did a phenomenal job tonight. You didn't seem nervous at all. I totally loved sharing this call with you and really getting to know you a little bit better in your practice and, you know, what you're all about. And so thank you so much for partnering with 3. Thank you so much for being willing to jump on here tonight and share with the rest of us why you're so excited and why you're so passionate. We really appreciate it. All right, you guys, have a wonderful night. And thank you guys
Have a
so
good
much for
night.
being
Thank you so much.
Bye.